You're on the air
Oh,
with Vetted.
Oh, what's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up, brother?
good man.
Hey,
What's up,
what's up,
brother?
man?
Oh man, it's
What's
great
up,
to
man?
see. Man, Pat. Shit, I love your show, man. It's good to see you on here.
Thank you so much, brother. What
Oh
question
man,
you got
I'm
for
always
us?
just So the question is like, how do we know that these guys that are piloting these eggs are not being used? Like this technology, these people or entities, whatever they are, obviously are so far ahead of us. Like, you don't think that they thought about us trying to take over their tech? How do we know that they're not studying us when we think we're piloting in this egg?
Dude, great question. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I want to
Yeah,
do this. Great question. Great point.
thought provoking.
Yeah, absolutely. Con, Todd, I'll let one of y'all take that. What do you think?
Ron, thoughts?
Do you wanna go first, Todd? Because
It
I
doesn't
I
matter to
got
me, brother. Either way, I've got thoughts.
Hit,
yeah.
hit it, Todd. And then
So
Gioski, you tell us too what you think. So Todd,
Oh, I mean, I think that we can't take that out of the conversation. I understand like I forgot the guy's name who's like an ex Green Beret. That's one of the guys that's like that makes contacts with the eggs, right? Like, and I
Yeah,
understand that he's been through his training and
oh
he's
yeah.
probably a really smart man and he has a lot of experience in life. I understand that, but how does he know that whatever is producing these eggs
mm,
is not studying us? It's
yeah,
Do
um
yeah.
I'm just like
Kioski.
do you
I'm
mean
just like I think that
I'm
it could be
I'm
hang
picking
on,
up
possible. I
what you're
Todd?
just think
putting
that
Todd,
down.
Todd, hang on, Todd. Let him
No,
finish.
I'm excited. I'm
All right,
sorry.
all right. Let
I'm
him finish.
sorry.
No, Joski, please finish your point.
Oh, I was just saying that I think that if they are that far ahead, if they are skipping like say dimensions which we cannot even understand or really fathom as people, I guess we could get theories and understand what like say Einstein and what dimensions are. But it's so hard for a human being to really understand what it's a fourth dimension. And there's probably a fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. We can't wrap our minds around that. If they could do all this, like, what do you think that they're just gonna let us pilot their egg and take it wherever we want?
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah,
That was
You
just
know
my
what?
question.
I love the idea of reconnaissance. So let's think about this. If they're studying us as a race and we haven't demonstrated this kind of capability a lot up to this point, they're still learning what we're capable of. So I love this idea that in fact when we connect with these craft, they're doing reconnaissance
On us,
on our
yeah.
capabilities, right? And
exactly.
so they're able to measure our technology, for lack of a better way to put it, our capabilities.
And if some of us
And
are kind of
yeah,
able to do this, because I do think that humans, the capacity of our minds are a lot larger than we realize, right?
oh yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm wondering if okay, say we do have the capabilities to maybe do a bunch of these things to make contact with these type of crafts, or even take control and do things that our minds we are not a lot of us are aware that we can do. How do we know they're not studying that ability in us humans? We might have a
And
lot of
what if
things.
they're implanting a virus? To
Oh
put
yeah,
it
exactly.
in
Yeah,
anthropomorphic terms and humanistic terms, like
and we don't understand. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, what if just connecting to them opens a door, right? It
Yeah,
opens a
like a
door,
psychological virus
and
that
they're able to
we
walk
don't know.
in. Yeah, they're almost being invited in, and then who's to say that these eggs or discs or spheres or whatever it is that we're pulling down aren't some kind of plant, a sensor system
Right.
that is
Yeah.
brought to a secret facility that can then be penetrated. Because let's face it, if they have the capability of creating these vehicles that are like a TARDIS, right? When you
Right.
go inside and there's this non-local space, and when I say non-local, what I mean is outside it looks like this 30-foot disc, inside it looks like a football field, but it's
Right.
off
Right.
somewhere else in the universe or multiverse or wherever.
Right.
That could become like a Stargate, right? An entry point. It's just a thought.
Yeah. No. Exactly. I mean, those are the things that we have to think about because honestly, it's like we're thinking in like our human. Even though we think we're at the head of our tech right now, we got to think that we're still advancing. So imagine us in 200 years, and 500 years, in 1,000 years, if we don't blow each other up. We're obviously going to advance. Some of the physics that we know now, as that we think we're ahead of the time and everything, is going to change. We're going to learn new things. There's going to be new things on the table of chemicals. We're going to learn a whole bunch of stuff that we have no idea about right now. And I don't know, if they are that far, imagine a civilization that is, say, 100,000 years, 500,000 years, a million years ahead of us. We are literally like, I hate to say monkeys, but we're like literally monkeys to them.
Yeah, yeah. Those are fantastic points, because if we believe the reports anecdotally of what each specific shape of craft means, like its purpose, we hear time and time again that different shapes of craft have different purposes. They're used for a very specific reason. So the reconnaissance reason is something that makes a lot of sense, because you hear this time and time again. The flying saucer, the lenticular craft, is the most rare of the UAPs. And people that are talking about the lenticular craft, they are saying that those are the most like high tech. They're basically like, what they're trying to describe is that they are time machines. That's what they're saying about the lenticular craft. They are the highest tech of all the shapes. So we don't know the exact purpose of each UAP shape that has been observed through antiquity, but it could make a lot of sense that they should have put it there for us to find, for them to actually like do their own research on us. It's very plausible.
It's certainly one possibility, right? And that doesn't mean that we like nobody's promoting a fear narrative here. It's just different sides of the conversation. And Jioski,
I mean,
I love it, dude. Like you nailed something really interesting there.
Well, Todd,
that's a great point.
Yeah, Todd, you know what? And ufology, in a nutshell, you know what? It might not be one entity in itself. It might actually be a bunch of things. Honestly, in my journey in studying ufology, I've also treaded in and maybe not by accident into the paranormal. And I know there's a lot of discussions about, well, some people, in the beginning when people used to say they were demons, oh, maybe they're demons, and I used to be like, no, it's two different topics. There's the paranormal, and then there's ufology. But the more I've studied, sometimes it seems like, you know what? It seems like there might be more than one entity involved. So look, there could be a race of say beings that might have said, like, say, the nuts and bolts theory, that might have advanced far enough that they could build a craft that could traverse the universe and make it to another planet and study it. A lot of cases seem to be that. There's been reports of people that have actually been told where they were from. But at the same time, there's like a lot of reports now, and I see like religion and ufology crossing paths. And I think that maybe if there are dimensions or things as realms, there are probably entities that exist in those realms that we would consider as humans, demons, spirits.
Absolutely.
Honestly, people, when we die, there might be a realm, a dimension, and that's where spirits are. And that's why sometimes you can see them, sometimes you can't. That is probably a realm and a dimension where, where we go when this is over.
Let me offer you a theory, Josky, that I've heard before. That in fact, when people think of hell, what do you think? Below, right? Below, down, heavier. I've heard this theory that, in fact, these lower dimensions, and I'm using quote fingers with my fingers, these lower dimensions are where the lower density beings exist. These are the ones that don't thrive on a higher intellect. They thrive off of primal things of like stealing your energy, like doing the kinds of things that we would be affronted by. They're just surviving, and we just so happen to be the food source. So it's entirely possible, and Melissa was bringing up into the chat, maybe there's all these different realms. I think that's when we talk about multiple dimensionality, you know, like that's what we're talking about. We're talking about these other bubbles of existence that might be overlapping. They might be completely separate.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Todd. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, Todd. Yeah, I think that some of the man, you know, if there is, okay, say a thing has dimensions and there's different ones, okay, say there is. So if some of these craft are traveling and can actually do, it's not really traveling, you know, like a car going 100,000 miles an hour. You know, they're actually traveling through some way that they're crossing or are able to bend, like you said, time and go through another place. This is like some extraordinary, you know, movie shit. You know, to
Yeah,
put it in other terms. But if they could do this, you know, I think ufology just, if man, it involves a whole bunch of different types of beings, realms, probably other planets. I don't think the ufology is like one type of being that's causing all the, say, the abductions and all the types of crafts that we've seen and all the different types of experiences that everybody has. I don't think ufology is trapped by one type of entity. Honestly, I think it's a whole bunch of different things
I would
that
agree with
honestly
that.
probably crosses into what a lot of us think is paranormal. But I think that's where a lot of like confusion and crashing happens, because there might be, you know, a couple races that are probably here on Earth that have been here for a very long time that might be in our oceans. That seems to
Sure.
me the most
Yeah.
logical place. That or on the moon. Honestly, as
Yeah.
dumb as that sounds, but man, you
Well,
know,
seeing as how our scope of knowledge is very small, you know, we can't discount just about anything.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah,
you
it's
can't.
all
Yeah, and ufology, you can't.
yeah, it's a lot of you know, there's a lot of what ifs here, right? And I love
Yeah,
these are my favorite questions and topics to ask. What if this? What if that? And so, real quick,
right.
is it Gioski or Goski? How do I say the name, real quick?
Geoski. You know?
Gioski. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm gonna ask you one more question before I put you back down into the audience. Okay, real quick,
Sure.
Gioski. Just, you know, yes or no? Do you think we should be, you know, shooting down these craft after communicating with them, luring them in?
No, Pat. No, I don't. I just don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're there to.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, like I said, they might be letting us bring them down, but
Sure.
should we be like forcing them down? I don't think so, bro.
No, right on. I appreciate that answer and your honesty, and I appreciate all the great points you brought up, man. And look forward to you joining us on these and coming up with good questions and stuff, dude. So, look, I'm going to send you back down to the audience, and we're going to bring up some
Pat.
more people. I really appreciate all your thoughts and questions that you brought up, dude. You made some really great points. So, I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. Yeah, dude.
Great
You're the
stuff.
man.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Con. Thank you guys, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joski. Thank you, man. Cheers.